Hey guys, doitall here. We're back to playing the beginner's guide. We're going to be looking at some bubbles here. How do we... Oh, nice room. Not! Continuing on. Let's see, what do you have to say?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it, and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
That's a very pretty image over there, my friend. Let's go take a peek see.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I wish that I was talented enough to
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
I can't jump.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Typewriters. Oop. Oh, they're talking. Alright. Porn stars die too.
Okay, this one is tough.
Okay.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. I'm gonna spin with it. Oh, okay. Yeah, sweet jam here, bro. Just keep on rocking it. So, what are we doing? What are we looking at? It's a hole.
See, this is it.
Oh,
the whole
shit.
game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Version? What? Oh, so now you see the well in the distance, but there's nothing here. How about TV with surround sound? Yeah. Okay, table instead. Woo! What about along the wall of the room? Tin stoves. Fuck yeah. Woo! Couches. Tesla coils. Fuck yeah. Lamp! Tablets were invented in 1935. Woo! Whoa.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah, it's weird, but in a cool way. It just keeps going. Look at all this
Okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay, so is this like his own mental prison? Hello, please walk forward. Let's go in and escape the prison environment. Looks carefully. Okay. First click on this table. Click. Whoa, cool. Go over to the photo frame and click it to turn it slightly. I turn the floor lamp in the room off to turn it back on. I'm not a conformist! Bah! I go to the left side of the room. Okay. Left side of the sofa. What if I move to the right side of the sofa? Ha! Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Okay. And cannonball.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it.
Okay.
And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Oh, wait. Light post. So the game is becoming your prison, not the prison itself. Like you're just letting yourself get entrapped in your own work. Let's see. Boopity. Hello? Who is this? I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me. So you're trapped in the prison. This prison too? So furniture maze, escape the tunnel.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Do you feel any difference? Sometimes I'm scared like it looks exactly the same as before. It just kind of does that, you know? Yeah, true. Can you tell me how to get out? Alt F4.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Well, we're going to find out the answer to that question in the next one, guys. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and look for the next episode, and I'll see you there.